Galatians chapter 6, starting at verse 3. For if a man think himself to be something when he is nothing, he deceiveth himself. I want to give all praises to Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahweh Shai, to give me the spirit to do this video. Let's read verse 4. But let every man prove his own work, and then shall he have rejoicing in himself alone and not in another. Right. So you have to do your own work in this truth. Okay. Putting up lessons. All right. Giving the body meat in due season. You have to do that yourself. You got to have the confidence within yourself to build yourself up, man. To have the confidence when Yahweh Shah comes that you shall be saved and that you shall receive your reward, man. If you're watching other brothers putting up videos and putting up lessons, well, then you need to figure out to do the same, man. Because you got to work on your own salvation, which I'm about to read in a second. Let's read verse 5. For every man shall bear his own burden. Right. So you can rejoice and be happy for another brother that he's on fire. But you need to worry about your fire, man, at the same time. Okay? So you can rejoice within yourself and feel confident within yourself that you're doing the work. Okay? That the measure that the Lord gave you, you putting it out there, man. That's a spirit you got to be in. Now, when you read back at verse 2 in this same chapter, it says, bear ye one another's burdens and so fulfill the law of Yahweh Shai. So is the scriptures contradicting? Because in verse 5 it says, for every man shall bear his own burden. Now we know the scriptures are not contradicting. So in verse 2 when it says, bear you another one's burdens, is that we have to serve one another and help one another, man. Like Yahweh Shai served the disciples. For an example for us to serve one another. So that's what that means. Okay. Let's go to Philippians chapter 2, verse 12. Wherefore, my beloved, as you have also obeyed, not as in my presence only, but now much more in my absence, work out your own salvation with fear and trembling. Right. So you got to do your own work, man. Rejoice in your own work. Okay. And not just in another's. Like it said in Galatians 6 chapter. Okay. Because that fear is going to get you to do the right things, man, and be on point, man. And though we're not perfect, we're going to go off at times, but you're going to be on fire, man. You're going to be able to adjust to whatever comes your way, okay? Certain things might take longer than other things to adjust, but through your faith in your belief in this truth, the Lord is with you to adjust, all right? So you got to do the work, man. It's all about doing the work, man, and stacking your treasures in heaven, period. That's what you should be focused on. That's your first priority. From there, let's go to Luke chapter 9, verse 23. And he said to them all, if any man will come after me, let him deny himself and take up his cross daily and follow me. Right, daily. Working out your own salvation, man. That's what it's talking about, daily. Now, you're going to have days, man, where it ain't going to be so good, man. You're going to have days where Satan is kicking your ass, man. You got to adjust, whether it's through fasting, praying, okay, doing spiritually, whatever you got to do to move forward in this truth, man, to get to the end. That's why I say if your right eye offend thee, cut it off. Okay? If your right arm offend thee, cut it off. Better is it to go with one arm than to be cast in hellfire. So you have to remember that, man. Okay? No matter what it is, it's worth cutting off if it's stopping you from being focused and on fire like you need to be. You don't want to be lukewarm because you don't know how much mercy Yahweh Shai is going to give you. So you got to stay focused on that, Akim. From there, let's go to John chapter 9, verse 4. I must work the works of him that sent me while it is day. The night cometh when no man can work. Right. So work out your own salvation. Do your own work so you can rejoice in your own work and not just in another's. Do it while it is day, man. Meaning before the Lord come, man. You got to continue to do that work. Because when he come, what you going to do? Are you going to be found doing the work or not? That's the goal. That when Yahweh Shah comes, you were in the right spirit. You were found with your lamps burning. Okay, with oil in it. Okay? Not the foolish that was looking for the oil, trying to buy the oil at the last minute because they saw all hell was breaking loose. Okay, you don't want to be that prophet. From there, let's go to John 17, verse 18. As thou hast sent me into the world, even so have I also sent them into the world. Right. Yahweh Shah sent us into the world to do the work, man. Okay? To be witnesses unto Yahweh Hashem Yahweh Shah. Okay? So you have to do the work so you can rejoice in your own. We all rejoice in each other. Okay? When we see each other on point and on fire, doesn't the word say, pray that the Lord send more laborers into the harvest? So we're supposed to rejoice in other brothers doing the work and being on point and being on fire. Okay? We're supposed to do those things. But guess what? If that's all you're doing, where are you rejoicing in yourself? Because if you're not, then that means you ain't doing the work. Okay? And that ain't good. You don't want to be found not doing the work. Because, I mean, come on, man. You should already know that. From there, we're going to go to Matthew chapter 24. I'm going to start at 42 verse. Watch, therefore, for ye know not what hour your Lord do cometh. Right. And you can't watch if you ain't doing the work, because you're not going to even be in the spirit of watching because you're not doing the work. That comes along with doing the work, man. Being in that spirit, being that single-minded spirit, okay? With your light burning, with your eye single. Verse 43. But know this, that if the good man of the house had known in what watch the thief would come, he would have watched and would not have suffered his house to be broken up. Therefore be you also ready, for in such an hour as you think not, the Son of Man cometh. And how do you be ready? By doing the work. That's being ready. Being ready to meet him, okay? Being ready to meet Yahweh Shai, man, for the wedding. If you're talking about a real wedding, okay, does the woman go to the wedding without a dress on? Not smelling good and looking beautiful and ready? Of course not. So we got to be the same way as the woman of the Lord, man. Symbolically. We got to be ready, man. And how do you get ready? You do the work. Okay, you feed the body. Let's read verse 45. Who then is a faithful and wise servant, whom his Lord hath made ruler over his household, to give them meat in due season, to pass out them plates, man, plates of food, like Ezekiel chapter 3 said about the roll, eating the roll. Okay, we passing them rolls out. Okay, daily, man, if possible. Whenever we can, man, we're doing the work. Okay, we fighting, but we're doing the work. Verse 46. Blessed is that servant whom his Lord, when he cometh, shall find so doing. Verily I say unto you, that he shall make them ruler over all his goods. Right. Ruler over all his goods, man. That's what we're fighting for. Joint heirs. That's what it means when it says ruler of all his goods. Being joint heirs along with Yahweh Shai. But you have to do your own work, mixed with faith. Okay, staying faithful, no matter what come upon you, to be able to make it. I'm going to say it again. It's beautiful and great to rejoice in another man's work that's sincerely doing the work, man, and giving him props for their work in the spirit of Yahweh Shem Yahweh Shai. Okay, and continue to exhort other brethren to continue in the work. But what about yourself at the same time? Okay, you can't be the guy that's always shalom, shalom, watching everybody else's videos, but you don't got no videos or no lessons or nothing. Meaning you're not putting forth the work. You're not laboring. Okay? A lot of those men that do that are just into this whole Israelite thing as a fad, man. Like a trend. Because it's becoming popular amongst our people. All right? Whether they look at it bad or good, it's becoming popular. Okay? The whole world is noticing. You don't want to be that guy. You want to be the guy that you have some treasure stacked up. Through charity, doing the work in general, your faith. Okay? So this is just an exhortation to all you Akim out there, man, to remember, man, to do your own work. Okay? And not just glory in another man's work. All right? I want to give all praises to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai again for giving me the spirit to do this video. Double honors to the elders of Great Millstone. And shalom to all you Akim out there that's doing the truth and sincerity. Shalom.